It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. Coming up next.
20 miles west of downtown Dallas, one of the league's grand settings, AT&T Stadium in Arlington. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Oates, we're getting set for kickoff in here. Partner, I'm really focused on the start of this game. Both teams emphasize what happens here right at the jump.
And that's why so many of these teams spend so much time all week, Mike, on what they call their opening script. It's not just a series of plays that they like and they just kind of throw darts at the wall. It's how do you unmask the defense? How do you set up future plays and future possessions as the game unfolds? So much time and energy is spent on these first couple drives. I'm with you. I'm excited to see how do they come out, how aggressive, and where do they think the weaknesses of their opponent lie.
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. On the return, here's Turpin. Whoa! Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
And here we see Dak Prescott taking the field, Mike, coming off what a lot of people thought was an MVP caliber season. He finished runner-up, of course, to Lamar Jackson. And people love to nitpick Dak's game. I don't know if it's because he plays for the Cowboys and people love to hate. But regardless, he is as talented as they come. He is the leader of that team. He needs to have the postseason success that he has found in the regular season. Once he does that, I'm not sure what's left to nitpick.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
On the ground, here's the rookie who played in-state at Austin. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Third down and 9. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And he's in. George Pickens. Touchdown, Dallas. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time. And they're led by Bryce Young, the #1 overall pick, Greg, out of Alabama back in 2023.
When he was taken as the first overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's gotten some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
We met with them the other day, Mike, and the offensive coordinator, he went out of his way. He was adamant that they felt really good early in this game. There was a lot of things on this opening script they could do to attack this defense. Well, needless to say, I don't think giving up a sack on the first play was what he had in mind, and now they face a 2nd and long. They got to get back on track.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run here. The former Canadian track star, Chuba Hubbard, will take it. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down. They'll motion over Thielen. From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Cowboys offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
On 3rd down, Prescott. And this ball's intercepted by J.C. Horn.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Panthers offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They can get back into this quickly now. Very short field ahead. It is 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They motion a receiver right. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Micah Parsons, too tough to stop. Gets in to bring him down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. He finds the big tight end, Trimble. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's good for a Panther first down.
Back-to-back 3-and-outs, and not ideal to start the game in that manner. So that's a really important throw right there. Let's see if they can build something from there. Brings up 1st and 10. Continue to let your opening script unfold. You got to go down and find some points here and get your offense settled down.
Going to set up the screen here to Hubbard. And he will get into the end zone. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Panthers.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
The PAT, up and good. The Panthers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. On the return, here's Turpin. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Now, Prescott. In the middle of the field, it's taken by CeeDee Lamb.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Prescott. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw is Prescott. It's into the hands of Pickens once again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Pistol now for Prescott. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
On second down, it's Dak. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. Good work there to get this back close to a first down. 13 on the gain. It sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
So often, sacks, especially on first down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised if they go for it on 4th.
And he won't quite get to the end zone, but they're going to be set up at the 2-yard line.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
2 yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal. Play action now. Prescott. He's got his big tight end. Luke Schoonmaker. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Cowboys will move out to a 14-7 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Raheem Blackshear on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. So after 1, it's the Cowboys with the early edge. We're back to Arlington in a moment. Here's 2nd and 6. Young hands it to Hubbard. He's got room to the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
On first down, it's right back to Hubbard. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
A second down throw for Young. Secured by the veteran, Adam Thielen. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. They'll put a receiver in motion right. From the gun, it's Young. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. It's a Carolina first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Receiver in motion, going right. On second down, Young. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Here's Young. A throw there, caught by Leggett. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up 4th down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Dak to throw. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
To play in the NFL, you got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
That's to Ferguson once again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. Again, Prescott to the air. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll go down, back at the 4. Two minutes remain here in this 1st half. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium. After this, line of scrimmage to the 4. It's 3rd down and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. On the return, here comes Blackshear. The Panthers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. A short one there, caught by Tremble. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look him over during the break. Second down and 8. Now Young. He'll get this into the hands of Thielen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third down, 3 to go. Now Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw is Young. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Here's a 3rd and 10. To throw, Young. It's to the right side and corralled by Thielen. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Too much leg there. That one's into the end zone for a touchback. So it's halftime here in Arlington with the Cowboys in front. As we'll head over to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He has the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. It was the veteran quarterback Dak Prescott who had it working in the first half. He came out of the gate smoking hot with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes to help steer his guys towards this halftime lead.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Panthers offense ready to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Young to throw on first down. That's right side, taken in by Tremble. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On the ground, this is Hubbard. He'll push forward for about a yard. Donovan Wilson will bring him down. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Young. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and will try to sustain it here down the stretch. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. A shotgun snap for Prescott. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. So on 4th down, here comes the veteran, Brian Anger. Back deep, it's Raheem Blackshear. Now, fair catch, he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Get this drive started. On the ground, it's Hubbard. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Marish Leofau there on the stop. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. Young. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it. You start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
From the gun, it's Young. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Punting time for the Panthers, set to kick this one away, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. First and 10. Throwing is Prescott. He's going to let one go deep for Lamb. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt. He'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. Now Hubbard. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. They'll go again with Hubbard. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves third and short. They'll try to run for it with Hubbard. A gain there of 10 yards. It's good for a Panther first down.
We've seen third down really turn into a pass-happy down throughout the league, and I think this is an example of the play caller kind of using that to his advantage. Keep the defense off guard, keeps the ball on the ground, extend this possession.
Motion man, set right. Young to throw on 1st and 10. Quick throw, taken in. Second and 7. They're going to run right over center with Hubbard. And he'll be brought down at the 45. Maris Leofau there on the stop. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Tremble comes in motion. Here's Young. And they get him to the ground, but he's all the way down to the 35-yard line.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, and they'll run. Here's Hubbard. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Another run here with Hubbard. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25. Here's Young to throw. That one complete to Leggett.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw is Young. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And he won't get much. Taken down at about the 12. Here's a 2nd and 9. On the give, it's Hubbard. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. Here's Young. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Bryce Young, touchdown Carolina. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be. So that challenge, a successful one. Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7. But first, they've got to get the TD. It is 1st down and goal. And he is going the wrong way, tackled back at the 7.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
On 2nd down, Young. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's so close to the goal line, couldn't get that ball extended. They keep him out, and it sets up 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Hubbard. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. Draw just a little bit closer.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one brought in at the 16-yard line. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
On 1st and 10, Prescott. That's brought in right side by Pickens. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. they have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
It's first down, and they'll run. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll stick with him again. And he will take this down, close to a first down. Pickup of 9. They've got him a yard short of the sticks. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
A first down throw for Prescott. Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And he will score. Luke Schoonmaker. Touchdown, Dallas. His 2nd catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. On for the PAT is Aubrey. His kick is good. And the Cowboys will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Blackshear. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Throwing right. It's taken in. It's a nice start to the drive. A gain of 10 and a quick first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. This one to the tight end, Tremble. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. This crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before 3rd and inches. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
The Cowboys offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he moves down to the 25. That's good enough for a 1st down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win for the Cowboys. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys as we say so long from Arlington.